Good afternoon, Ava here. I would like to welcome everyone to the Ibug Apple Workshop, episode number 125, on Saturday, February 26th, 2022. Thank you to those joining us this afternoon, and to those of you listening to the recorded playback. More and more of the blind community are finding the Apple devices to be useful assistive technology tools in their daily lives. Whether at home, at work or school, or on the go, the accessibility features of the Apple devices have cleared new pathways for the blind to be more productive, consume online content, and stay connected through social media. This meeting is being recorded. To enhance the quality of the recording, please minimize background noise and side conversations. Also, please set your devices to mute and use your headphones to not disturb others. If we hear any phone ringtones, dogs barking or screen readers speaking aloud, we may unfortunately have to remove you from the meeting. We ask that everyone stay on mute, unless of course, you have a question or comment. We have an exciting meeting planned for today. We will first review some Ibug announcements and some recent Apple news and rumors. Then, Jose, and Wes will demo some third-party apps. Finally, we will spend any remaining time to answer questions you may have. I would now like to turn the meeting over to the Ibug guy, Michael McCulloch. Ready to go, Michael?
Yes. Thank you, Ava. We are underway with our Apple Workshop, February, and looks good. Glad everybody could be here with us this afternoon. Just want to re-emphasize what Ava said as far as staying on mute, and we don't use the raise hand feature here on our Ibug conferences. Basically, when you do want to speak, you'll just say your name and then wait to be recognized by one of the facilitators, either Sandhya or myself, and then you can go ahead and have the mic. To toggle mute off and on, if you're on a PC, use Alt-A. If you're on a Mac, it is Command-Shift-A. And neither one of those, if you just hold down the space bar, then that will also toggle talk off and on. And if you're on an iPhone using the Zoom app, it's going to be icon down in the bottom left corner to toggle Zoom off and on. iPad will be up at the top center area. And if you're on a phone, *6 will toggle the mute off and on. All right, let's see. At this time, I want to take a few minutes, and we are just going to go around the line and have everybody introduce themselves. Like usual, we have a little icebreaker. You'll say your name, where you're from, and our icebreaker question for today is, what is your favorite breakfast cereal? What is your favorite breakfast cereal? And let's narrow that down to cold cereals. What is your favorite breakfast cold cereal? If you don't have any, just say none. All right, Sandhya, if you can get people unmuted.
Everybody's ready to go.
Jose, I love frosted
Elisa
flakes.
from Porter Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
All right, one at a time.
Jose and Elisa, go ahead, keep going.
This is Herbie in Houston.
All right, baby, what you want to join?
Welcome, Herbie. Next, name, where you're from, and your favorite breakfast cereal.
This is Terry from Arlington Heights, Illinois. I don't like cereal.
All right.
Cynthia from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
All right, welcome, Cynthia.
And from Southern California, Cheerios.
All right, welcome.
Jim from North Carolina.
Thomas.
All right, Jim and then Thomas. Go ahead, Jim.
Jim from North Carolina, shredded wheat.
All right, and Thomas, go ahead.
Thomas from Duncannon, Pennsylvania, Captain Crunch.
All right, welcome, Thomas. Next.
Thank you.
This is Helene in Phoenix, and I like Heritage Flakes. Nature's Path is Heritage Flakes.
Very good. Welcome.
Kathy from near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I don't like breakfast cereal. I will never eat it again.
Okay, that's fine. Welcome, and be sure everybody go back on mute.
Thank you.
Marty,
Dana from,
Philadelphia.
hi.
All right, Marty, and then Dana.
Marty.
Go ahead, Marty.
Oh, Marty, oatmeal.
All right.
Yep.
Next,
Dana from Ohio. I like Lucky Charms.
Yeah. All right. Welcome, Dana.
Claudia in Houston. I like Frosted Flakes.
Claudia, welcome.
Anissa, Philadelphia Cheerios.
All right.
This is Dee from Southern Illinois. I like Raisin Bran because I'm old and I need my bran.
Welcome. Thanks, Dee.
This is Keith in Austin here for my friend Dee, and I like my oatmeal cold and lumpy.
All right. Blast, a voice from the past.
Yeah.
Thanks. Glad to have you, Keith.
Thanks, Keith.
All right. Who's next?
Wes from Spring, and I'm going with Lucky Charms, although it's usually yogurt and granola for me.
All right. Very good. Next.
This is Carla from Tunbridge in the UK, and I like Weetabix.
What was that?
Weetabix.
Weetabix. Okay. I can imagine what that's like. Very good. UK special. Next.
This is George in Houston. I like company in the morning, so I eat Rice Krispies.
Very good. Next.
This is Melanie Brunson from Hondo, Texas, and I like corn pops.
All right. Welcome, Melanie. Anybody else out there didn't get a chance?
This is Nikki from Pennsylvania. I like Cocoa Krispies.
All right. Very good. Next. Welcome, Nikki.
This is Linda from Illinois. I like Honey Nut Cheerios.
Welcome, Linda. Anybody else haven't got a chance to introduce
Jody
themselves?
from New Hampshire.
Hey, Jody. What kind of
Hi,
cereal?
Michael.
What kind of cereal do you
I
like?
like Cocoa Krispies and Frosted Flakes. If it's good enough for kids, it's good enough for me.
There you go. Welcome.
This is Sri from Virginia. I like Rice Krispies.
Welcome. Great. Rice Krispies. Next.
Angelo from Ottawa. I have shredded wheat for breakfast and Cheerios for snacks.
All right. Very good.
Good.
Anybody else?
All right, for those who joined in late, the question is who you are, where you're from, and your favorite cold cereal.
This is Freddie from Texas. I like Corn Flakes.
All right.
This is Greg from Texas. I like Great Grains Crunchy Pecan with a peanut butter sandwich backup.
Oh my
Right. Very good. Welcome.
Don't know if you heard me, Elisa. I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yes, we did.
Hey,
Welcome.
welcome, Melissa.
I didn't know because I couldn't tell.
All right. Anybody else? How about you, Sandhya or Sri?
I think Sri went with Rice Krispies. So this is
Oh.
Sandhya from Houston, and I'm going to go with Thomas, the lone Captain Crunch fan. So there you go. All right. What's yours, sir?
And Michael from Texas. I'll go with Muesli.
What? Be normal. Come on.
That's normal. What?
Muesli?
All right.
Whatever.
Very good. And we'll catch anybody later, maybe at the midpoint. Comes in late. All right. So very good. Thanks, everybody, for sharing that. I think there may have been a couple of first timers. Just want to, if there were any first timers, if you would go ahead and say your name again and tell me where you're from. Just want to recognize you.
Angelo from Ottawa.
Angelo, you've been on the movies though with us,
That's right. Yeah, first time here though.
Yeah, okay, very good. Glad to have you here with us.
I'm really a first timer. My daughter gave me an iPhone 5C and I have no idea how to use a touch screen. I've just been doing touch typing keyboards on a
Okay.
PC.
Okay, well, you've come to the right place. We maybe can help you out, so.
Hi, I'm Melanie. I'm in Hondo, Texas, and I'm first timer here.
Okay, Melanie, how'd you hear about iBug?
From the emails you send to the ACB Texas email list.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, glad to have you. What kind of Apple devices do you have?
I have a Mac, an iPhone 10R, and an Apple Watch.
All right, you're all fixed up. Well, welcome. Glad to have
Thanks.
you. Any other first timers?
I'm
Yes, sir. I'm
Linda.
a first timer.
I'm Linda from Illinois, and I'm Delilah's coming on her invite.
All right, well, welcome, Linda. Glad to have you here with us. Part of the D fan club. And there was some other gentleman that was a first timer.
Mike,
Yes,
this
Thomas.
is Allison. I'm a first timer.
Okay, hang on, Allison. Thomas, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a first timer and I was invited through the silent troublemaker, Cynthia, my girlfriend.
Okay.
She invited me to this meeting. Today is my first day.
All right, well, glad to have you with us. Do you use an iPhone or other Apple products?
I'm on an iPad Pro 11, sir.
All right, well, great. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, and Allison, go ahead. I know you.
I'm a first time member, and I'm going to be getting an iPhone this next week. That's why I'm listening to y'all.
All right, great. What kind of iPhone you going to be getting?
Apple. And I was going to ask you, how often do y'all have these workshops?
This particular one is once a month. I'll go over some of the other meetings that we have in just a minute if you hold on.
If you would do that, I would really appreciate it.
Okay, sure. Anybody else, first timers? All right, well, very good. Glad to have everybody with us, and especially you first timers. At this time, we'd also like to recognize anybody that had a birthday or an anniversary of any kind in February. Any birthdays out there?
Elisa?
Thomas Brown.
Go ahead, Elisa, and then Thomas.
My dad had a birthday on the 19th of February, and my aunt is turning 33 today.
All right, well, happy birthday to your dad and aunt. Go ahead, Thomas.
My birthday was February the 22nd. I turned 56, and my mother turned 78 this Sunday on the 27th.
All right, well, happy birthday.
Hi, Cynthia. My nephew turned 25 on the 17th, and my dad would have been in his mid-80s tomorrow.
All right, well, happy birthday posthumously also. Okay, anybody else?
This is Greg. Today is my 53rd wedding anniversary.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That is awesome.
And they
Happy
never had a
anniversary to
And
you.
I'm spending it with you guys.
That's pretty sad.
Well, you got to make up for it this evening. What's your wife's name?
Her name is Kathy.
He had to think about it, you know.
Happy anniversary to Greg and Kathy.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is Sandhya.
Sandhya.
Like to announce that it was Steve Jobs 60. He would have been 67 on February 24th. So, for whom we would not be here. So there we go.
Right. Very good.
This is Shri.
Go ahead, Shri.
Yeah, both my sisters had birthday this month, as well as I did.
All right. Well, happy birthday to the three Roys. Anybody else? Birthdays or anniversaries in February?
Hi,
All right.
this is Philip.
Yeah, Philip, go ahead.
All right, my wife and I both celebrated our birthdays this month. Mine was on the 6th and hers was on the 7th.
All right. Well, happy birthday to both of you. Okay, if that's all the birthdays, then we will move right along. Let's see, we are just a few Ibug announcements. I'm not going to go through all the upcoming month, just to highlight a few. This coming Saturday, next Saturday, the 5th of March, we've got our Ibug Unplugged, and the topic for that will be what's on your mind. We're going to look at some just kind of mishmash of some different questions. What's on your mind? That'll be on the same Zoom line next Saturday at 8 p.m. All the times I'll be giving, by the way, are Central Time. Then our Vila Book Club, we're currently reading the book, The Rosie Project, kind of a fun book, humorous book by Graham Simpson. If you need the DB number, 78150, 78150. It's a rather short book, only about 8.5 hours. So you got plenty of time to read that before our meeting on March 10th at 6:30 p.m. And then our iBug Cafe. That's our monthly deep dive session. We'll be looking at some travel related apps, and kind of the topic is getting from here to there. So that'll be on Sunday, March 13th at 4 p.m. Central. And then of course, every Monday night we have our iBug Buzz at 7 p.m. right here on this same Zoom line. And every Friday night, we have our fun iBug Night at the Virtual Movies. And you can find out what movie is coming up by coming to the iBug Buzz on Monday night or getting on our mailing list. Our website is a good place to find out about all of our upcoming meetings and different other social events that we do and host. The website is ibugtoday.org, ibugtoday.org, and find all kinds of information about us, the upcoming events, recordings of all of our different training sessions are there, as well as lots of other good information. You can also join our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/ibugtoday. Good place to find information about, upcoming meetings, as well as if you've got questions that come up in between all of our different meetings, you can post a question there. And we have people that monitor that and that can answer those questions regarding any of your Apple products. Finally, I just want to announce starting March 1st, we will be having our annual iBug drawing. And this year, how would you like to win a new iPhone SE 2022? Or maybe the latest Apple Watch 7? Or the AirPods Max headphones? Or how about an Apple TV 4K plus a pair of HomePod minis for sound? So what we're doing this year is offering a $500 Apple gift card that you can use any way you want to purchase any of those items or anything else that you would like. For only a $10 donation, you can be entered into the drawing, or you can, for $50, you'll get 6 tickets. So $10 for 1 ticket, or six tickets for $50 to enter into our drawing. And of course, those are all donations that go to continue the good work that we're doing. So look forward to more information coming out soon on that and how you can enter and all that good stuff. Let's see, Sandhya, we've got just a minute or two if you have one or two highlights from the Apple world. I know
All
we've
right.
got something coming up next month here, Apple related.
Okay, really quick, I'll just tell you that basically there's going to be a big Apple event on March 8th, and we are expecting a new iPhone SE. So it's going to be very similar to the other one that we've seen. It's going to, what are we going to talk about? We're going to have, it's going to look the same. It will have, let's see, the same bezels and so forth. It will have 5G. That's going to be the main selling point for this thing. It'll be a faster processor. And what else? Let's see. The iPhone will look, like we said, like the old one. It'll have the finger touch home button. Some people really like that. Has the thick bezels. And let's see, it will be the same price point as the current one. We're going to have a new iPad iPad Air coming out. That will be the 5th generation iPad, and that will be similar to the 6th generation iPad mini. So these are with the new i15 Bionic chip, 5G connectivity, cellular for the cellular models, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide front camera with center stage support. Yes, if you know what it is, that's great. Okay. Another thing we wanted to talk about, there's been a lot of interest in the tracking devices. We've all been talking about the AirTag tags and how they are, some people are saying they're dangerous and so forth. And so there's a New York Times reporter that did a little test, and she put 3 things along, to see what would work with her husband. So she gave him an AirTag, a tile, and a land to sea surface. What is a land to sea tracker? Okay. And it was really interesting that, the Apple AirTags are not as bad as we thought they were. At least it's trying to tell you where it is. And whereas the land air sea tag, that's what it's called, land air sea GPS, was actually designed to track ships and airplanes. Anyway, that one, you have a $20 a month subscription, and then it uses GPS and satellite to track people or whatever you're tracking, and it updates every 3 minutes. So it's very accurate, scary accurate. So that's one thing. And then answer to that, Apple is developing some new protocols to try to reduce the likelihood of people using this for criminal activities and stalking. They're going to have new ways to use precision finding in the future, so that once you detect an AirTag on you, you can, make it play a certain sound and then try to locate it and get rid of it. One more last thing, they're going to start having Apple just got a new patent for they're going to have hidden areas on the sides or bezels of the iPhones and so forth. And then those are where you're going to have various buttons. It's going to be called micro perforations. And so therefore you can kind of free up space on your screen, and then these will become active when needed. So there's a quick little look at Apple News.
All right. Thank you so much, Sandhya. Sounds like an exciting Apple event coming up in March. And that was March 8th, right? Tuesday, March 8th, I believe.
Yes, March 8th. Yes, sir.
That'll be what, noon Central Time?
Probably.
Something like that. So stay tuned, watch out for the news, and it should be put out normally casted over the Apple TV and Apple devices. All right, we are ready to start doing some demos. We've got 3 fantastic demos for you. And first up, we've got a first timer to do a demo, I think, right?
Yes, we're really excited to have her.
Dee Jackson is going to be, and I'm going to just go ahead and start the recording, and we'll, after this demo, we'll have a few minutes to do some questions with Dee. So I'll just briefly mention, and she'll say it, I guess, in the demo, or also that she's plays guitar, and so she found this cool app to help her tune her guitar. And then also she's going to give some tips on anybody that might be interested in, learning to play guitar and how to find some cool guitar lessons. All right, take it away, Dee.
Hi, this is Dee Jackson. I would like to tell you a little bit about one of my favorite apps. It is called Hotpaw Talking Tuner. That is spelled capital H-O-T, capital P-A-W, Talking Tuner. There is no spaces between the hot and the paw. This app is priced at 99 cents. Okay, now, something you need to know before you can use the tuner is you'll need to know the name of your strings on a guitar. We have 6 strings on most guitars. Starting with the first string is the thinnest string, is E, second string B, the third string is, G, the next string is D, the fifth string is A, and the sixth string is E. One thing I learned years ago when I first started playing around with the guitar was it's hard to remember the string names when you're first beginning. So there are acronyms that you can make up. And one of the first I heard was starting with the first string, the thinnest string was Easter. Then you move up, bunnies get drunk at Easter. Now, a lot of people don't like that because if they have children, they don't like that word drunk in there. So they change it to Easter bunnies get dizzy at Easter. Something I tried just the other day, I asked Siri what the name of the guitar strings were, and she was able to tell me the names of them. And I asked her for acronyms. She took me to a web page that had all types of acronyms. The one I just told you was on there, plus there are several more. And then there was some starting at the 6th string going down, such as elephants and donkeys get big ears. The one I liked was Eddie ate dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. Okay, so now I'm going to open the app. Well, first of all, I'm not going to show you how to go download the app. I think you all know how to download apps. The one thing that you want to do, either type in Hotpaw Talking Tuner, or myself, I just type in Talking Guitar Tuner. It brings it up. There's only a couple of apps then that comes up. Otherwise, under Hotpaw, you get a lot more different apps and everything. It's a little more difficult to find. Okay, I'm going to open the app now.
Stocks, Fox 2 Saint, Talking Tuner.
Okay,
Double tap to open.
the icon says Talking Tuner. I double tap.
Speaks the Talking Tuner. Note, E is in tune. 329.9 hertz.
Okay, this
This is
app,
the last frequency and note.
a lot of times it will start talking whenever you first open it.
Sharp is
And it will, a lot of times it will be saying what
note.
the,
G is 6 cents sharp.
what the last string was that it heard. Basically, there's only two settings on this app.
Note
It's
F is 20. Speaks
very
the closest
simple.
note name in English. Button.
Okay,
Note F is 28. Speaks the closest note name in English. Button.
okay. It tells you it
Press to
speaks.
speak the last note in frequency measurement, if any. Cents are units of 1/100th of a semitone.
Okay, there's telling us that this is going to
G sharp is 11.
speak the name of the app. I mean, the name of the string
Note
once.
F sharp is 33.
I told you it really gets verbal. And then there's a place on here.
Note, enable automatic speech.
This
Switch
is,
button.
okay,
On.
I'm just swiping to the right.
Speaks the last note name.
And it says
Note, G is press to speak the last note in enable automatic speech.
enable automatic speech. Now that is so that the app will speech with whether you have voiceover on or not. The other thing, there is a
Current sound level 3.0.
sound.
Measurement of the current microphone input sound level.
Yeah, there's your sound put for the microphone. That is interchangeable. You can flick up and down to change that. I usually don't have to even mess with that at all. It seems to pick up the sounds. So when I want to tune my guitar, I just lay my phone
Note, G sharp is 30.
on my guitar, which I have laying across my
Note
legs.
F sharp is 6 activities. No activity selected.
Okay, it is still talking, and I wish it would quit doing that. But okay, I'm going to show you how to tune now. You simply pluck a string.
Note A is 28 cents sharp.
Wait a minute.
Enable automatic.
I'll pluck a string, and you can hear what it says.
Note, E is 6 cents flat.
Okay, it told me that note E was 6 cents
Note A
flat.
is 50 cents sharp.
So I need to turn the tuning key up a little to tighten the string. Then I strike the key.
Note F is 17 cents flat.
I strike the string once again.
Note, G is 39 cents flat. Note, E is 6 cents sharp.
Now I've got a 6 cents sharp. I tuned it up just a tiny bit too much, so I turned it back down.
Note, E is 6 cents sharp.
Still sharp. I loosen the peg a little more.
Note A is 6 cents sharp. Note, E is 6 cents sharp.
Still sharp.
Note, E is in tune.
Okay, now it tells me E is in tune. So now I strike the next
Note,
string.
G is 22 cents sharp.
And it's talking out of turn. Excuse you, just have to ignore that part. I strike the next key.
Note A is 11 cents flat.
Okay. That one is 11 cents flat. It goes by cents, they call it. And it goes down to 50, and then you know you're getting down into the next
Note,
range.
E is 17 cents sharp.
Okay, I'm going to strike the string again.
Note A is 6 cents sharp.
It's 6 cents sharp. I need to turn it down a little bit.
Note A is 6 cents sharp.
Need to turn it a little more.
Note A is in tune.
Okay, I have that one in tune. Now I go to the D string.
Note D is 6 cents flat.
It's 6 cents flat. I tighten the key a little bit.
Note D is 6 cents flat.
Tighten a little more.
Note C is 6 cents flat. Note D is in tune.
Okay, I have that one in tune. Now I go to the third string.
Note G is 11 cents flat.
It's 11 cents flat. I need to tighten that one up.
Note G is in tune.
Okay, hit it on the first time. It's in tune. Now I go to the
Note,
second
G is
string,
22.
or the B string.
Note B is 44 cents sharp.
Oh, it's too high. So I need to loosen the key.
Note B is 17 cents sharp.
Still 17 cents sharp.
Note
Loosen
A
a little
sharp
more.
is 17 cents sharp. Note B is 22 cents sharp.
Still need to tone it down a little.
Note B is 11 cents sharp.
Loosen a little more.
Note B is 6 cents sharp.
Okay, I'm about to get there. I loosen it a little bit more.
Note B is 6 cents flat.
Now I loosened it too much. I got to tighten it up.
Note B is 6 cents flat.
Tighten a little more.
Note B is 6 cents sharp.
Now I got it too tight. Let it down.
Note B is in tune.
All right, we got that one in tune. One more string.
Note D sharp is 39 cents sharp. Note E is in tune.
Hey, it's already in tune. So that is how you tune your guitar.
Note C is 11 cents sharp. Center of screen.
I
Win on.
apologize for the
Talking tuner. Active.
tuner talking in between times. I touched the thing to make it be quiet, but then it starts again. I'm sorry for that. Now, I wanted to tell you guys how I got started with the talking tuner. When I first started playing the guitar, I had a tuner that had some lights on it. There was 2 red lights and a green light. And I could see well enough when you strike a string, if it was the green light showed up, that meant it was in tune. If it was one of the red lights, it was not tuned. But I started losing more vision, and it got to where I had to wait till late in the evening and turn out all the lights in the room to even see those lights. And I was getting kind of concerned, thinking, gee, I'm not going to be able to tune my guitar because I'm not that good. I can't tune it by ear. And I mentioned to my stepson one day that, hey, I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to tune my guitar. And he said, why don't you look for an app on your iPhone? And I said, oh, there's no app. There's no way they can make an app to tune a guitar by speech. And he said, well, I don't know. He says, but they make apps for everything else. He said, I'd certainly give it a try. So I finally, one day, I thought, maybe he's right. So I went in there, and all I typed in was talking guitar tuner, and this app popped up, and I downloaded it, and I've been very happy with it. And so one of the other things now that I would like to share with you guys is the music department in the Bard mobile app. I'm going to open the Bard mobile app here. Okay, I'm going to open the Bard app by double tapping on my icon Bard.
Bard mobile. Bard. Heading.
Now down at the bottom we have our tabs.
Tab bar. Bookshelf.
Bookshelves.
Tab 1 of 4.
I will swipe once to the right.
Selected. Get books. Tab.
Says
2 of 4.
Get books. I double tap on Get books.
Selected. Get books. Tab. 2 of 4.
And now I start swiping to the right.
Settings. Now reading. Now reading. Browse by auth. Go. Choose the first letter of auth. Browse by book type. Go. Button. Choose the first letter of the title to list books alphabetically in preferred language. S.
Okay. It took me directly into the Bard website because that's where I was last. So I'm going to turn my rotor to headings.
Handwriting, lowercase characters. Handwriting, words, lines, text selection, headings.
Okay, I'm on headings. Now I swipe down.
Browse by subject. Heading level 3. Find music, books, and scores. Heading level 2.
Okay. Find music, books, and scores. Heading 2. This is down below all the popular books and most downloaded and all that. You just use your headings and swipe down till you get to the music. Okay, I'm going to swipe down one more time.
Music collection. Heading level 3. Link.
There's music collection. Heading 3 has a link. I'm going to double tap on this.
Music collection. Heading level 3. Link. Audio materials or instructional guides or music appreciation presentations. The great majority of them were produced by and acquired from commercial sources in the United States and England. A small number of titles were produced by NLS and represent a variety of instructional material, both instrumental and vocal. Audio materials have the prefix DBM.
So now it has given you a little bit of information, letting you know that most of this has been pre-recorded through the United States and some from England. And okay, I'm going to swipe to the right.
Search functions on this page are the same as those performed from the main BARD page, but will result in music materials only.
Okay, so it's telling you that you can search here just like you do on your other BARD pages, but this is only going to get you music instructions or titles. I swipe to the right again.
Recently added music books, scores, and magazines. Heading level 3.
You had the recently added books and scores.
Most popular music downloads. Heading level 3.
Your most popular downloads. Swipe again.
Search the collection. Text field.
There's search.
Double tap to edit. Use the rotor to access misspelled words.
Okay, here we have search the collection. Okay, I'm going to tell you about the course that I started with. It was called Don Hoffer's Guitar Method for the Blind. This course teaches you everything you need to know about the guitar. He starts off teaching you the parts of the guitar, how to hold the guitar, how to form your chords, how to do different strum patterns. He teaches you how to play individual notes so you can play the melody. He goes on and breaks it down into, he's got different sections. There's one is blues guitar. There's beginning flamingo, intermediate flamingo. There's jazz. He also has a chord library, which that whole section tells you all the various chords on the guitar. He explains them, the finger positions, and tells you which strings to strum. And it is a very good course. I used it a lot. There is another book that I really liked called Introduction to the Guitar by Bill Brown. So I tried to find that book for us, and it wasn't on here. And I talked to the NLS music department there in DC, and they have removed that from BARD due to copyright issues. This Bill Brown asked them to take that off of the BARD. You can still order it through the Talking Book Library as a cartridge that they will send you in the mail, but you cannot download it anymore. You can borrow that cartridge for a while and learn to play that way. Also, this Bill Brown, he has many songs he calls listed on this website. I'm going to show you some of this. And he teaches step by step how to play these songs, all by his instruction. You don't have to read, be able to see anything. So I just want to demonstrate a few things here. I'm going to swipe to the right.
Go button. Enter any search terms and then select the Go button. Browse by author's last name.
There.
Select a letter. Pop-up button.
You can browse
Tap
by
to activate the picker.
author's last name.
Go button. Lists books alphabetically by author's last name. Browse by book title. So go.
You can browse by book title.
Lists books alphabetically by title. Browse by subject. Select a subject. Pop-up button. Lists books alphabetically by title.
So that is where I would type in Guitar Method for the Blind if I was looking for that.
Browse by subject. Select a subject.
Okay.
Pop-up button.
Here is something I find really
Tap to activate
cool.
the picker.
It is browse by subject, and there's a picker here to activate. So I want to show you what happens here.
Go. Browse by subject. Select a subject. Pop-up button.
Okay, I'm going
Tap to activate the picker.
I'm going to double tap this picker.
Select a subject. Button.
Now I'm going to swipe to the right.
Band music. Button.
They have band music,
Biography.
biographies,
Biography of entertainers.
of entertainers.
Biography of musicians and composers. Button. Braille manuals. Button.
There's Braille manuals,
Choral. Button.
choral,
Guitar. Button.
guitar. Now that is my subject, but I'm going to swipe on down a little more.
Hymns. Button.
You can get all these various hymns,
Instructional. Button.
instructional materials.
Live ready. Button.
I'm not sure what that said. Live ready or something.
Multiple instruments.
Multiple instruments.
Music appreciation and history. Button.
Music appreciation and history.
Music theory. Button.
Music theory.
Opera guides.
Opera guides.
Orchestra. Button.
Orchestra.
Organ. Button.
Organ.
Piano. Button.
Piano. You can order instructional material here to play the organ or piano.
Piano duets. Button.
Piano duets. And this just goes on and on. But I'm going to go back, swipe back to the left, back to the guitar.
Piano. Organ. Orchestra. Opera. Music. Music. Multiple. Live ready. Instruction. Hymns. Guitar. Choral. Guitar. Button.
Okay, there's guitar. I'm going to double tap that.
Browse by book title. Heading level 3.
Okay, browse by book title. I'm going to go back to headings. I should still be on there. I'm going to swipe down.
Browse by subject. Alphabetical list by song title. Sequential list by PMLS issue number. Alphabet sequential list. Heading not found.
Well, heading not found. What happened?
Swinkelilesys.gov or Illinois State Live Bard main page. Link.
The purpose of me showing you the Bard website was to show all the music material they have available. There is a wealth of information on all different subjects. I hope that some of you will look into this, and maybe you too will pick up an instrument and learn to play. Thank you for listening.
All right, that was awesome, Dee. Okay, we are going to unmute and see if anybody has questions for Dee. Actually, we got a twofer there. We got the Hotpaw Talking Tuner and a little bit of Bard demo.
This is Dan with a question.
All right, go ahead, Dan.
Okay, Dee, you mentioned Bill Brown's website. Have you downloaded any of his songs? And are they free? Do you pay for them? And are they MP3? What's the story on that?
All right, we got to get Dee unmuted here. Dee, are you able to unmute yourself? I'm gonna send you a message and just,
Did, so she should be able to unmute.
Okay,
All right.
you got me now?
There you are. Go ahead.
Okay. On Bard, all of that material is free. And he's got, at the time when I first started playing, he said he had over 500 songs in this, he calls it Guitar by Ear library. And that's been a few years ago, and keeps updating. And I know he's probably got, way over 1,000 different songs on there, and they are all free. And you can download them to any of your iDevices. And as far as his website, I've been there a long time ago, and I don't remember much about it. I don't really know if they're free on there or not, but he has made this all free for the visually impaired, which I think is wonderful. And he even gives out his phone number. If you have questions, you can actually call him, which I have never done.
all right, very good. Anybody else with a question for Dee?
This is Sri.
We don't use the hand raise feature. Somebody had their hand raised, so just say your name.
Yeah,
Okay. Sorry, go ahead, Sri.
Dee, where did you place the phone while you were doing the tuning? Was it on the guitar itself?
Yes, sir. I laid my guitar just across my legs and just laid the tuner, laid the iPhone on the guitar, just close to the strings, but not close enough to touch.
Thank you.
And I will say, I was a little disappointed in the way that iPhone kept talking there. I think what it was doing was picking up my voice and trying to decide what key I was in. But when I'm playing, when I'm actually tuning and not talking, it doesn't have all of that background going on. It might say something once in a while, but that was a little frustrating.
How's my sister doing?
Elisa,
Okay, go ahead, Elisa.
what you mentioned something about piano on the Bard app. Is there any books that you played, or you just learned the guitar?
Okay, this Bill Brown, he also has Introduction to the Piano for the Visually Impaired. It also, it's not listed on the Bard now. It used to be, but that's the other one that he pulled. And you can get that from the NLS and on a cartridge, just like any of your other books. And, borrow it for, I think they let you even borrow the music things for 2 or 3 months instead of just a few weeks and things. But the lady there at the NLS told me that those were the 2 most popular downloads, and for some reason a copyright, he has pulled it. I think maybe too many people were sharing it with the sighted people, and he was probably starting to lose money.
Okay,
would be my guess.
We got time for one more question.
Marlon,
Go ahead.
North Carolina. The first gentleman you mentioned, I called his first name, Don.
Don
what was his
Hoffer.
last- Don Hoffer. Don
Yes,
Hoffer. Okay, and this is, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hoffer.
Okay, and this is so ironic. I started taking guitar lessons last week for the first time. Yes, and there was a gentleman who offered guitar lessons. He's never taught a blind person, so you can imagine how challenging this is.
Right.
But I just appreciate his effort. My problem is that I thought it was going to be a little easier than it is, but learning the frets and keeping your fingers in between those areas, that's what I'm finding difficult. Is there some technique that you use that you could perhaps suggest that would be easier for me?
The one big word: practice, practice, practice. That's really all you can do. You practice till you get it right.
Okay.
I mean, hey, I've been learning for years.
Yeah.
And but I've found hours of entertainment with it.
I do enjoy it.
All right. Well, very good. Thank you, Dee. That was really awesome. All right.
Okay, well, you're welcome.
Let's see. Next up we got Jose. Jose, would you like to just tell us a little bit about the app that you're going to be demoing?
Hi, everybody. Yes, I demoed the NPR One app. It's for you news junkies like myself, and hopefully you will enjoy it and learn something from it.
All right, great. Let's get the recording going on that. Sandhya, if you can go ahead and put everybody on mute.
Okay, I muted you too.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much to Sandhya and the Ibug team for giving me an opportunity to present this app. This is the NPR One app. That's capital N as in November, capital P as in Papa, capital R as in Romeo, space one, ONE, spelled out. That's for National Public Radio. This is an app that I really like. There is actually no cost to download the app. It's a free app to download onto your phone or your tablet or whatever device you want to download it to. The purpose of the app is to get news on demand. I'm a big news junkie, and that's why I downloaded this app. So I'm going to go ahead and start the app and get it started for you guys. Launch NPR One.
NPR One, Drive with Waze, button.
Okay, you're going to get that message automatically. I guess if you're driving and you use the Waze app for GPS, that's the option that you get. Since most of us here are blind, we could just ignore that. If any of you are driving, please let me know so I can make sure to stay off the roads. You wouldn't want to see me on the road driving. Right away, you're going to see something that I don't like about the app. For some reason, whenever you launch it, it puts you somewhere in the middle. There's like 4 pages from top to bottom. So what I do to make sure I'm at the top, I swipe using 3 fingers from the top to the bottom.
Page 3 of 4. Page 2 of 4. Page 1 of 4.
And that's how you know that you're at the top. It'll say page 104. Now I'm going to swipe from left to right with 1 finger.
9 hours ago. Biden says Russia's military. Page 1 of 4. Good evening. Button. Play. A mix of on-demand. Start list. Good evening. Header search. Explore. Home. Search NPR. Audio banner app. Listen to it. Drive with Waze.
Okay. The way that you're going to know that you're at the top is you're going to see that banner with Drive with Waves. I've tried, opening up the banner to try to get rid of it, but it still sticks around. It's like that annoying cousin that doesn't ever want to go away. So I'm going to swipe from the left to the right.
Listen to NPR One while you drive. Audio banner app close. Button. Search NPR One. Button.
Okay, here is a cool feature. If you're interested in a particular news topic, you can actually type in key terms right here, and it will pop up articles related to that topic. So with the whole Russia-Ukraine crisis going on, if you want to read more about it, you type it into that search bar.
Home. Button. Search home. Button.
There's a home button.
Explore. Button.
Explore.
Header search icon. Button. Good evening. Start listening to NPR One. A mix of on-demand news from NPR, stories from Houston Public Media News 88.7, and your favorite podcasts.
And the way this app is set up, when you set this app up, you're going to set up a profile. And depending on where you are setting this app from, since I'm here in Houston, it's going to be set for the Houston radio station. But if you're out in Denver, Chicago, it's going to sync with your nearest NPR station.
Play.
And here's the part that I like the best. You're going to hear the play button, and this is where you're going to get to hear the on-demand audio news.
Play.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Jack Spear. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says he has canceled plans to meet with his Russian counterpart. NPR's Jackie Northam reports the meeting was to have taken place in Geneva on Thursday.
Secretary Blinken said he had agreed to a meeting with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov if there was no invasion of Ukraine. Speaking at a press briefing after a meeting with his Ukrainian counterpart, Dmytro Kuleba, Blinken said now that the U.S. and its allies see an invasion of Ukraine beginning, it doesn't make sense for the meeting to go forward. Blinken says the U.S. remains committed to a diplomatic resolution of the Ukraine crisis.
But we will not allow Russia to claim the pretense of diplomacy. At the same time, it accelerates its march down the path of conflict and war.
Blinken said he consulted with allies before he made his decision, and they all agreed. Jackie Northam, NPR News, Washington.
A final jury has now been selected for the criminal trial of former Louisville police officer Brett Hankinson. Hankinson was one of the officers involved in
Play.
And you simply double tap again to pause the audio. So basically it's going to first start off with national headline news. I've noticed that typically they're like an hour or 2 hours old, so it's not that bad. And then based on your local channel, your local NPR channel, it'll give you a summary of local news in your area. And then after that, NPR will give you shows, interviews, other news topics according to what your likes are. Because when you're listening to a particular interview or a news story, you can hit the like button and NPR will send you more news story in that category and that type of news genre. So I really like it. Like I told you, let's say I'm not near a TV. I don't have time to watch the national news for the evening or the local news. I pull up my phone, especially during the daytime when I'm at work and I just don't have the luxury to watch all the news that I want. I like to pull out this app and just catch up with the national news and the local news. Let's keep on swiping from left to right.
Headlines.
Okay, so here are the headlines.
Top button. Why Luhansk and Donetsk are key to understanding the latest escalation in Ukraine. 3 hours ago.
So it even tells you how long ago this article was posted, because these are articles.
Might benefit from a fourth shot, and who might not. 4 hours ago. Who might benefit from a fourth shot, and who might not.
For some reason, it's cutting out the first word of the article title. I think that might be my speaker. I'm sorry about that. That's why I'm kind of swiping forward and back. So let's go ahead and double tap this article on this article.
Might drive with Waze. Who might benefit from a fourth shot, and who might not. Heading level 1. February 22nd, 2022.
And now what I'm going to do is use 2 fingers and swipe from the top to the bottom, and so we can listen to the entire article.
February 22nd, 2022, 5:14 p.m. ET. Micheline Dalcliffe 2016 Square. Link. Image. Author. Micheline Dalcliffe. Link. Author. Twitter. Link. Staff volunteers queue to receive a 4th dose of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine at Sheba Medical Center in Israel on December 27, 2021, as the hospital conducted a trial of a 4th jab of the vaccine. Jack Gay/AFP via Getty Images. Why a 4th shot is, or isn't, necessary. Heading level 3. At this point, one thing about the pandemic is clear: the COVID-19 vaccines, even when followed by a booster, aren't going to stop the coronavirus or provide long-term protection from infections. Right after the 3rd shot, the booster, antibodies rise up quickly. But then about a month later, they begin to decline. As a result, protection against infection drops down, link, to about 50% 3 months later. So the question is, should you get a 4th dose to beef up protection again? A preliminary study, link, from Israel, published last Tuesday, suggests that for the general population,
The answer is likely no. A fourth shot of the same vaccine, in this case Pfizer BioNTech or Moderna, offered very little extra, not a third dose, not a fourth dose, not a fifth dose.
So as you can see, I'm reading through the article. If we keep swiping down, or I think you have an option to share the article.
An infectious article continues after sponsor message. But that's not to say, what does in the new study, they also mesh, although the extra shot, although the vaccines, I think what's Jenna Guffman, an immunologist, Omicron, the current vaccine, so I'm real, could afford, despite the, indeed, as page 7 of 17.
It's a pretty long article.
Akiko Iwasaki, share this story, button.
Okay.
Back button. Audio banner at close, back button, share this story, button.
What I did was I actually just put my finger on the upper right-hand corner of the screen, and that's where the share button came up. Now, to orient ourselves, if we're swiping from left to right.
But audio, listen to NPR One while you drive with Wade. Listen, audio, back button. Share this story, button.
Okay, that's going to be towards the top of the screen, and you swipe from left to right, and you're going to come across the share button. So if you want to share the story, let's double tap on that and see what it does.
Share. Who might benefit from a close? Sandhya Rayo. Messages.
Oh, there you go. I can send it to Sandhya in a text message.
Sheila Dick, Jesus, Claudius, Kimberly, Nadia Gonzalez, Tenchida.
Okay.
Messages.
All of these are text messages.
Claude Delvat, Monica Sandiv, Rolando, NFB, airdrop. Button.
Okay, so you can do an airdrop after I pass through all the people who I've been texting.
Messages. Button.
Messages.
Mail. Button. Facebook. Button.
There you go. You can post it on Facebook.
WhatsApp. Button. Zoom. Button. Messenger. Button. Reminders. Button. Notes. Button. Crew. Button. Skype. Button. Nextdoor. Button. More. Button. Copy. Button. Add to reading list. Button. Save to Dropbox. Button. Edit actions. Button. Edit action. Save. Add. More. Next. Skype. Copy. More. Next. Crew. No. Remind. Message. Zoom. What. Fake. Mail. Mess. Air. And. Relent. Club. Tench. Nada. Kimber. Claudius. Jesus. Sheila. Estella. Sandy. Close. Button.
Okay.
Drive with Waze.
When I simply swipe back to the left, and so I just closed that menu out. We can hit back to go back to the main menu.
Button. Audio banner. Listen to it. Drive with Waze. Drive with. Listen. Audio banner. Back button.
Here we go.
Back button. Who might benefit from a fourth shot, and who might not?
So I'm just going to keep swiping from left to right.
Biden says 9 hours of no metals for 2000. 1 hour. Oil prices are surging toward $100 a barrel. Here's what that means for you.
That means a very high, very expensive car ride, I guess.
9 hours ago, a key pillar of Biden. 4 hours of Black History Month.
So here I'm just swiping left to right, and you're just getting a listing of different stories.
A picture of U.S. Democracy in action. Black, 14 hours ago. Photo of entertainer, 16 out. 1 in 10 black people in the U.S. are migrant. 2 days ago. Sponsor message. New episodes from your favorite podcasts.
Okay. Like I mentioned to you earlier, if you're listening to a podcast and you like it, you can label it as your favorite, and they'll show up here towards the bottom.
From your button. On Our Watch, litigation reveals new details in police shooting of Oscar Grant. Button. Play.
And you can hit the play button to listen to it.
Age 6 minutes.
And it tells you how long it is.
1 age 6 minutes.
1 hour, 6 minutes.
Bullet. July 8th. On Our Watch. Predictions. Inflation. Button. Play. 17 minutes.
So remember, earlier we were passing up articles. These are podcasts that you can listen to, so they're in audio format.
February 18th. Planet Money.
That's one of my favorite. Planet Money, definitely.
Texas Standard. February 20. Button. Texas Standard. February 22nd. 2022.
the Texas Standard if you want to keep up with Texas news and all that good stuff about Texas.
51-minute bullet. Today. Texas Standard. Finish listening. Update. Button. 15-minute bullet. October 3rd. On our watch. Live radio. Streams from Houston. Live radio.
And here you also have the option towards the bottom to listen to NPR Live.
Streams from Houston Public Media News 88.7. Button. Close. Button. Houston Public Media News 88.7.
So that opened up another page. It took me to this one.
Houston. TX. Home station. Show actions. https://public media for Houston. Live radio. Link. Live radio. Safari. Nearby stations. Play. Button. Loading.
88.7.
So,
did you know that you can receive access to Houston PBS Passport and watch your favorite programs by donating your vehicle? Call 877-252-0436 or donate at houstonpublicmedia.org/vehicles.
This is Fresh Air. Jazz pianist Lenny Tristano didn't make many commercial recordings or
play.
So as you can tell, it's going to take you to the live stream of the radio station. To be honest with you guys, I don't really listen to it this way. I listen to NPR on the radio using another app. I mainly use the NPR One app to just listen to the on-demand news as I showed you guys in the beginning. So let's switch back to the NPR One app.
Apps with NPR One. NPR. Houston Public. Close. Button.
So let's close this
Oil
out.
prices are surging toward a picture of 14-hour photo event, page 3 of 4.
Okay, so I'm swiping with three fingers from down to from the bottom to the up.
Page 4 of 4.
Just so you guys can see what's at the bottom of the screen.
Houston Public Media News 88.7.
And I think we were already there, so let me just double check.
Air. Fresh Air. Button.
So it tells you what show is playing right now, Fresh Air.
And audio. Image. But current audio. Close now. Playing view. But national newscast. More actions. Play. Current audio. Play. View list. View list. Button. Play. Current audio. Image. Play. But more actions. National newscast.
And it says
Double
national.
tap to open now. Playing view.
And it says national newscast because that was the thing that I was listening to earlier in the beginning when I showed you guys the app. So basically all I'm going to do now is just take you guys back to the top of the app by swiping three fingers from the top to the bottom.
Update. Oscar page 2 of 4. Page 1 of 4. Search NPR One. Button.
And like I told you, those are different buttons that you can use to search for news stories.
Button.
Let's go to home real quick.
Explore. Home. Button. Home.
Okay. Home means that we're actually on the home page. So when you double tap, it doesn't do anything like I thought it did.
Explore. Button.
Explore button. Let's double tap on there.
Explore. Header search all things considered. More daily head X home. Search NPR audio banner app. Listen to NPR One while you drive.
Let's swipe from the left to the right.
Audio banner app close. Button. Search NPR One. Button. Home. Button. Explore. Button. Explore. Explore. Button. Explore. Consider this from NPR all things considered. Consider this from NPR details. All things considered details. More daily news shows from NPR. Daily news show. Header search icon. Explore. 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 All things considered details. Button.
Okay.
All things considered.
The app is acting a little funny here. I don't know if it's not completely accessible in this area. I had to put my finger on another part of the screen because when I was swiping from left to right, it wasn't responding like I thought it would. So I went ahead and just did that. I put my finger in the middle of the screen. Now I'm going to swipe from left to right.
Consider this from NPR details. Button.
Pop culture happy hour details. Button. Start editor's picks.
Looks like these are just podcasts that they're recommending for people to listen to.
Editor's picks. Button. Consider this from NPR details. Button. Consider this from NPR. Cryptocurrency, the future of investing or a scam? Saturday. 15/27. Morning edition details. Button. Morning edition. What a bottle of ivermectin reveals about the shadowy world of COVID telemedicine. February 9th. What a bottle of ivermectin.
Okay.
What a bottle of ivermectin reveals about the shadowy world of COVID telemedicine.
I double tab on there, and now I'm going to use 2 fingers, swipe up, down.
The bottle of ivermectin reveals about the shadowy world of COVID telemedicine. Close icon. Button. February 9th, 2022. 6:41. Listen later. Button. Play. Button. An anti-vax play. An anti-vax play.
Okay.
Button.
So I guess it's an audio format.
Drive with Waze. All things considered details. Button. All things considered.
That is not true. The best available science shows ivermectin doesn't work against COVID. Even so, a small number of doctors are willing to sell prescriptions to these patients. NPR's Jeff Brumfield has more on one case of a doctor profiting off disinformation.
Close.
The trouble
Button.
questions it raises.
All things considered from NPR. Podcast description. A key pillar. 5 entire lockout delays. Biden announces sanctions as national blood shortage threatens treatment from NPR. All things considered. All things considered. All things considered. NPR One. Closing NPR One.
Okay.
App switcher. Safari.
I
Action.
had to close NPR One
Swipe up with
because...
3 fingers to close the app. Actions available.
Okay. Well, I had to close the app because I thought that by double tapping where it started playing would automatically pause it, but it didn't. So in the end, the app, I wouldn't say is 100% accessible, maybe 90% accessible. There are some things that are kind of finicky about it that are a little tricky. Like I told you guys earlier, I mainly use the app to listen to the on-demand news. That's the feature that you have access to right at the top of the page. It's not the easiest app to read news articles in. But yeah, I really enjoy the app. Like I said, it helps me keep me updated with the news throughout the day when I'm at work. So I hope you guys will consider downloading the app. And if you learn something new from it, as far as better techniques to move around in it, I apologize for any mishaps that may have happened. But like I said, the app itself, there are some areas of it that are a little tricky to navigate. I hope you guys learned something. Thank you very much.
All right, way to go, Jose. Another great app for listening to the news. All right, let's get people unmuted, see if there's any questions for Jose here.
This is Paul.
Go ahead, Paul.
Quick question, Jose, thank you for the demonstration. Years ago, I downloaded the app called NPR, just NPR without the one. And I'm wondering if you know if the NPR One app is designed to replace the NPR app. I still use the NPR app, and it, based on your demonstration, the old one seems to be more accessible.
Yes. I think the NPR One, I think that they came out with it to try to tailor it more to your likes, your interests. As you can see with the NPR One app, they give you a bunch of articles, podcasts, and I think they give you stories depending on your interests. I think that's why they launched this one. But yeah, I think I used to use the NPR One, and then I just switched over to this one. But I totally forgot about that one that you're talking about.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Any other questions for Jose?
This is Sri.
Go ahead.
So, Jose, when you hit the play button, are we able to make it go faster, or is it basically going to be at that level when you hit the play button?
I'm not too sure about that. I just do double tap, and whenever I swipe left or right, it takes you just to another heading. So that's the things and the small things about the app where I'm just either I'm not too familiar with it, or it might be there, but VoiceOver doesn't read it. So I'm not really sure. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thank you.
Still got time for another question. Anybody has a question on NPR One? Yeah, I think I've just used the regular NPR app, so I'm familiar with this one. And this is a free app, isn't it, Jose?
Yes, it is. It's free.
Okay. Very good. All right, then. Well, we will appreciate that. Great job, Jose.
Thank you.
We will move along here to our next presenter. And that's going to be Wes. And I think Wes pretty much does a pretty good introduction, everything of the app. So we will just go ahead and start that recording.
Good afternoon. My name is Wes Ferrell from Spring, Texas, and I'm going to give a brief overview and demonstration of the SmartThings app by Samsung. This app supports a great deal of products and appliances, but I am going to primarily focus on those found in the kitchen, as we recently replaced all of our kitchen with Samsung appliances. Dishwasher, refrigerator, microwave, stove, and oven. There's a lot to go through in this app. Unfortunately, I can't cover everything. I will definitely try and point out some voiceover problems that hopefully Samsung will address. But for now, let's get a description of the app from Siri in the App Store.
Quickly and easily connect and control your devices from a single app. Control your Samsung Smart TVs, appliances, and SmartThings compatible devices with SmartThings. You can connect and control multiple devices quicker and easier. No matter where you are, you can monitor and control smart devices, home appliances, refrigerator, wine cellar, washer, dryer, oven range, dishwasher, cooktop, robot vacuum, air conditioner, air purifier, and etc. TVs and speakers registered on the server. Key features: remotely control and check the status of devices registered through a Wi-Fi AP. Group multiple devices into a mode and control them simultaneously. Configure your device settings, including the time and operating conditions, and operate them automatically. Invite others to a location where devices are registered to enable shared control. The notification feature allows you to receive status information about your device. Reference marks: some features may not be available in all countries.
Before we jump into the app, let's talk about Samsung accounts. You will need a Samsung account to use the app, and you can either create one with the app, or if you have an existing one from a Samsung phone or tablet, you can always use that. The neat thing about the SmartThings app is if a family member has Samsung devices, they can share a QR code with you, and you can gain access to those devices easily. And it seems to work pretty well. Another great feature of the Samsung SmartThings app is the ability to use devices that aren't Samsung, such as a Sensi thermostat or Ring doorbell. I was surprised to find that we had some Ring doorbells show up and some Sensi thermostats, and you can actually look at some of the history and modify the device settings, and the SmartThings thermostat app is better than what's on the Sensi. If you're having an appliance delivered, such as a dishwasher, you might want to have the installers show you where the QR code is, because most of the Samsung appliances have QR codes and you can add devices using that. And the setup is pretty accessible. It takes a little bit to add it to Wi-Fi, and I will go through that later when we get to the devices tab on the app. Okay, let's open up the SmartThings app. So the first thing we'll notice is that it's like most apps where there are tabs across the bottom, and there are 5 of them. So I'm going to tap on the bottom.
Tab bar, selected, favorites, tab, 1 of
And
5.
I get favorites. So the favorites tab allows you to set easy access to certain devices. By default, it has the weather up there through the weather channel, and I do not have one added, so we will go through that process here in a minute.
Devices, tab, 2 of 5.
The second tab is devices. This is where you can look at all your devices, and Samsung has it ordered by homes, and in rooms within those homes, different categories. So you can have like study or kitchen or whatever. And then under that, you have the devices.
Life tab, 3 of 5.
There's the Life tab, which is basically a place where Samsung puts ads and helpful hints. It's kind of neat to browse through there.
Automations tab, 4 of 5.
The Automation tab is much like your automation for the Amazon devices or the Apple devices or Google, where you can add routines and automate various tasks, like have your lights and air conditioner come on at the same time, or whatever you want to add in there, or have a group of lights come on.
Menu tab, 5
And
of
then
5.
the menu tab, the final tab, that just has your configuration and some really nice history features. And that's a brief overview of the tabs. Now we're going to move to the
Selected, favorites tab, 1
favorites
of 5.
tab. And we will do a quick demonstration of adding a favorite. So one thing this app does, when you tap on a tab, it leaves you there. It will not take you to the top of the page. So you'll end up being where that tab is, whereas some other apps, it takes you to the content. So what you're going to have to do is tap in upper left
Home, 1, button.
until you get to one of your homes, and then you can slide to the right.
Add light, button, add.
Now this is where you would add your favorites or even a new device from here.
More light, button, favorites, heading, button, 82 degrees.
And that's our weather app. If you double tap it, it just takes you to the weather channel in a web browser.
Button, favorites, more light, button, more, add light, button,
So let's add a favorite.
Add to favorites. Add to home, add to favorites.
Add to favorites. Okay, here we go.
Do not disturb, off. Cancel, button, select items, heading. Done, dimmed, button. Select items, done. Choose items to add to favorites, services. SmartThings cooking, services. Choose items to add to, done, dimmed, button. Choose items to add to favorite, services. SmartThings cooking, table check on check you, devices, heading. TV, Samsung 6 0, table check on check you. Samsung Yan 7, 32, table check on check you. Dishwasher, kitchen.
So I'm going to add the dishwasher kitchen.
Table check on check you, button.
And see how it says that? That's kind of odd. I don't like it, but it is what it is. Instead of unchecked, it has that. If you check it,
table check on check C.
It has table uncheck or table check C. I guess C is for checked. I don't know. So there is in the upper right, if I can find it,
done, button.
There's a done.
Add light, button, add. More light, button, more favorites, heading. Button. 82 degrees. Home, 1. Updated, 340. Dishwasher, offline, button.
And there's my
Double tap to view
dishwasher.
details.
And the dishwasher's offline. Okay, so now we move on to devices.
Tab bar, selected, devices, tab, 2 of 5.
First of all, if we go to the upper left,
Audio recording in progress. Home. 1. Button.
it has home, which is basically you can have more than one home. So if you have Samsung devices in multiple residents, you can actually set up a different home for them, which is kind of cool. So if you double tap that,
My home. Owner. Kitchen. Own. Home. 1. Kitchen. Bedroom 1. Button. Study. Button. Guest room office.
you
Button.
get rooms, and in those rooms are different devices. So I'm going to get rid of this
Dismiss context menu. Button.
And
Home.
so
1.
like
Button.
some of the rooms have televisions and other things in them that you can turn on and off with the Smart Things app or smart plug like a lamp. So let's just look at the kitchen here.
Stove. Cooktop off. Button.
We have the stove.
Double tap to view details.
Actually, the stove and microwave. So it gives the stove status, whether it's on or not. It's gas and has the knobs. So you really can't set any of the stove settings. But the oven.
Stove. Cooktop. Button. Stove. Home. 1. Button. Ready. Big. Vertical line 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Vertical line 30 minutes. You can set up settings below and send it to your oven. Send to oven.
So there are settings below this.
Mode. Big. Temperature. 350. Degree. 170. 550. Cook time.
I'm not sure why there's 3 degrees there.
30.
But that's where you set it, and I have checked that all that works. I still haven't sent a recipe to our oven.
Send to oven.
But at least it works with VoiceOver. There are a few appliances that do not. So I'm going to go back.
Stove. Button. Back. Home. 1. Button. Add more. Oven. Ready. Microwave. Ready. Button.
So the
Double tap to view
microwave
details.
is one of those devices that does not work with VoiceOver. We'll go into it.
Microwave. 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 You can set up settings below and send it to your microwave. Send to microwave. Recipes. Related services. Icon kitchen service. PNG. Page 1 of 2. Home. 1. More option. Ready. Microwave. Vertical line 100%. Vertical line. 0 minutes. 30 seconds. You can set up settings below. Send to microwave. Button.
Now, you're supposed to be able to change the 100% is how what rate the microwave runs, and of course the time's the time. And you just can't change those with VoiceOver. It works fine if you turn VoiceOver off, but haven't found a way to access that part yet. But one thing it does do is it has
recipes, related services, recipes.
It has recipes, and these same recipes will be covered in the Life tab. So I won't bother covering them here, but it is pretty cool because you can go find a potato and you can send a recipe to your microwave if you have a potato in there, and it does a pretty good job.
Navigate up, button. Home, 1, button. Add white, oven, ready. Micro, hood, off, button.
So the hood
double tap to view details.
Is the hood under the microwave, and that one unfortunately doesn't work with VoiceOver, but with VoiceOver off, you can adjust the fan, and there's a light under there.
Dishwasher, ready, button. Dishwasher. Navigate up, button.
So the dishwasher, that does work with VoiceOver.
Dishwasher, home, 1, more options, auto, image. Smart control on your dishwasher is off. Try using send to dishwasher. Image. Learn more. Send to dishwasher. Rack selection. All.
So that's it. It has different racks. It actually has a small rack on the top for you lay forks, knives, and spoons sideways, and then it has the other two racks that are normally in dishwashers.
Zone booster.
Zone booster is to boost a certain zone. I really haven't used that one. I treat them all equally.
Loading guide. Cups, wine glasses, washing recipe, off. Delay step, off. Sanitize, off. High temp wash. Off. Speed blister. Off. Zone blister.
Okay, sorry about that. I moved my finger and so
off. Speed booster.
Speed booster is a quicker wash. I haven't tried it. I usually turn on the dishwasher right before I go to sleep, and that's when it runs.
Off. High temp wash. Off.
High temp wash is just a higher temperature wash.
Sanitize. Off.
And sanitize is when you want to clean it.
Delay start.
Delay start, if you want to set it 30 minutes in the future, you can do that and it'll start automatically.
Off. Washing recipe. We recommend the optimum customized cycles based on the material of your dishes. Best cycle. Auto. Loading guide. Cups. Wine glass. Load glasses onto the support to hold it. My favorite. 0 registered. Self-clean history. After the last clean, the number of washes. Times. 12. 0. 23. Smart Reorder. Home Care Wizard. You can comprehensively control connected Samsung home appliances. Check information on how to use each product.
That's kind of interesting. I haven't looked into any of this stuff at the bottom, but might be something for the future.
Navigate up. Button. Home. 1.
We're going to go
button.
up. And
oven. Ready. Micro. Hood. Dishwasher. Refrigerator. Page 1 of 5. Hood. Off. Button. Microwave. Ready. Hood. Off. Dishwasher. Refrigerator. Door closed.
There's
button.
The last one. Refrigerator.
Double tap to view details.
Thank goodness the door's closed. No one's getting in there. So you can set the temperature with the refrigerator with VoiceOver, but it's extremely difficult, and I don't trust myself doing it. But we'll go in and take a look.
Refrigerator. Image. Refrigerator. Home. 1. Image. Image. Fridge. 37. Image. Image. Freezer. 0. Image. Image. Flex crisper. Image. Fridge. Image. Flex zone. Image. Meat slash fish. Power cool power freeze cubed ice bites. Button. Image. Food list. Add food in your fridge to be on top of it.
So you can actually add your food, what you have in the fridge here. We're not that organized. Yeah, and it does have the ice. It has the ice in little bins. It has 2 different sizes, and it appears you can change those, but it's the smaller, not shaved, but it's the smaller cube, and then it has the larger cube. And it has a water dispenser inside the refrigerator in a little door. It opens up. Hopefully it will last longer than the last ice maker we had that was in the fridge. Okay, now we are moving on to the Life tab.
Tab bar. Selected. Life. Tab. 3 of 5.
Now this tab, if we go to the top.
Home. 1. Button. Life. Heading. Add white. Button. More white. Button.
You can add more devices, of course, from any of the tabs.
Smart Things Cooking. Upcoming meal. Griddle cornbread with deviled eggs and avocado. Page 1 of 5. Make your life smarter. Smart Things Home Monitor. Use with your Carroll driveway to keep your home safe.
So this one's interesting. It has different ideas. And this one actually saw that we had a Ring doorbell or a driveway monitor at mother-in-law's and suggested a security system for us. Thanks. These things know too much about us, don't they? Okay, so let's go
Make your life smarter. Page 1 of 5. Rack of pork ribs.
Let's go back to the cooking.
Smart Things Cooking. Trending. Rack of pork ribs. Page 5 of 5. Make your life smarter. Smart Things Home Monitor. Use trending. Smart Things Cooking.
Here we are.
Smart Things Cooking. Navigate up. Smart Things Cooking. Hashtag auto cook. 1 of 1. Meat scan. Button. Use your microwave. Hashtag auto cook. Frozen sandwiches.
So this will give you a recipe or suggest a food, and you can send the recipe to the microwave. Let's go through a few of these.
Hashtag auto cook. Frozen vegetables. Hashtag pizza. Use your oven. Pizza.
Okay, we'll do pizza.
1 slice. Send to shopping list. Button. Instructions. Step 1. Place 1 3 pizza slices on a microwave-safe plate with the wide ends of the slices towards the outside edge of the plate. Step 2. Do not let the slices overlap. Do not cover. Tap send to microwave to start cooking. Send to microwave.
So if I were to hit send to microwave, that recipe would be sent to the microwave, and then I would just go up to the microwave and hit start, and it would cook the pizza. They suggest ingredients to buy to make it yourself, but I've tested this with pizza and it works. You can also get to these recipes through the devices for your oven and your microwave. Okay, now we will move on to the automation tab, which I said I have not messed with.
Tab bar. Automations. Tab. 4 of 5.
Certainly look through it.
Home. 1. Automations. Heading. Link several devices together and control them all with a single tap or voice command. Add scene. Button. Make your devices respond automatically to different circumstances. Add routine. Button. Tab bar. Favorites. Tab.
So
1 of 5.
That's pretty much that tab has. Unfortunately, I can't think of something I'd like to use it for right now. If I do, I will certainly demo it in the future.
Menu. Tab. 5 of 5.
So let's move to the final tab, which is the menu.
Button.
I'm going to, of course, go to the top.
Button. Button. Profile IMG. Button. Person. History. Button.
Okay, here we go.
Profile IMG. Settings map. Button. Settings.
Okay,
Profile
so,
IMG. Button. Person. Button. Button.
I didn't know this. The button in the upper left is just labeled button. And I'm not sure what it is. Maybe we'll come back to that one. Hopefully it won't delete the app. Okay.
Profile IMG. Button. Person.
So that is my Samsung account information. And that's like any other map where you can manage your Samsung account.
Settings map. Button. Settings.
And here are the settings for the app.
Settings map. Samsung account. Wes Texas at Gmail. Get your location from this phone. Button. Widget. Button. Sync favorites. On. Button. Notifications. On. Button. Suggestion cards. Switch button. On. Show cards on the favorites tab to let you know about useful features. Linked services. Button. Manage the services you've linked to SmartThings, or delete a service if you don't need it anymore. Ask to add new devices. On. Button. Get notified whenever a new device is detected nearby so you can add it to SmartThings. Personal data. Heading. Privacy policy. Button. Download personal data. Button. Leave SmartThings. Button. Manage personal data collected by Samsung related to SmartThings. Auto update devices and services. Wi-Fi only. Button. About SmartThings. Button. About SmartThings. Button.
So that looks like everything that's on there. I know it does give me tips, so that certainly works. Let's see if I can.
Notifications. On. Button. Sync favorites. Widget. Button. Get your location from Samsung account. SmartThings settings. Heading.
Oh, here's
menu. Back button.
Okay.
Menu.
So I'm going
Button.
back, and we're going to go through the account.
Profile IMG. Button. Person.
Is in a little button on the, I believe it's top right.
Settings map. Button.
And the
Settings.
settings are also on the top right. And then it has other things under that. So those are like drop down menus, I guess.
History.
So now we have our history, and this is pretty cool. It gives you history of all your devices that talk to it. So we'll take a look at this. It's going to have a lot of action at mother-in-law's driveway.
Activity from the last 7 days. Act home 1 greater than today. Heading. Last sync 4:24 p.m. Marywood front door. 4:12 p.m. Marywood front door. Motions. Marywood front door. 4:11 p.m. Marywood front door. Motion sensor. Front door. 4:01 p.m. Front door. Button. Toggled
That's
up.
our front door.
Carol AC. 4 o'clock p.m. Carol AC. Temperature 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Carol AC. 4 o'clock p.m. Carol AC. 3:59. Carol AC. 3:59 p.m. Carol AC. Temperature 72.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Carol AC. Carol AC.
That's
3:59.
grandmother's
Carol
air
AC.
conditioner.
3. Carol AC. Carol AC. Carol AC. Carol AC.
What I want to
Carol
show
AC.
you here.
Carol AC. Marywood front door. Marywood front. Marywood. Marywood. Carol AC. Front door. Carol AC. Carol AC. Carol AC.
Oh, here it is.
Microwave. 2:35 p.m. Microwave. Device status. Ready. Microwave. 2:34 p.m. Microwave. Device status. Cooking.
So it actually tells you when the microwave is ready or cooking, and you can go through here, and if you want to know who opened the fridge at 1 a.m., it'll won't tell you that, but it will tell you that it was open.
Menu. Back button. Menu. Button.
So after the
History. Last
history,
sync 4:24 p.m. Notifications.
we have notifications. So notifications, it's not as verbose as history. Just gives you brief notifications on kind of the same thing. I'll show you.
Vertical scroll bar. 7 pages. Vertical scroll bar. Microwave. 2:35 p.m. Microwave. Your food is ready. Dishwasher, 12:39 a.m. Dishwasher, cycle completed.
Yes, I do the dishes at night and it finishes in the middle of the night. And the interesting thing about the dishwasher is the door opens when it's done. Kind of strange.
02/20 Sunday. Heading. Stove. 8:12 p.m. Stove. Cooking canceled. Stove. 7:46 p.m. Stove. Preheating finished. Ready to cook.
So all the stoves are, that's actually the oven. But yes, it will send a notification to your phone saying that your preheating's done.
Microwave. 3:09 p.m. Microwave. Cooking canceled. Microwave. 3:09 p.m. Microwave. Please check the device. Refrigerator. 9:23 a.m. Refrigerator. Door closed. Refrigerator. 9:22 a.m. Refrigerator. Door open.
Yeah,
Please close the door.
Someone left the door open for a few minutes there. And that's pretty much it for notifications.
Menu. Back button. Menu. Button. Profile IMG. Settings blank. History. Last sync. Notification. Last sync for voice assistant. Labs.
So voice assistant is where you would hook it up to your devices, like your Amazon devices, and I believe that just sends a card to the device asking you to sign in. And I haven't had much success. There are some things you can say to it, like you can ask for the temperature of the refrigerator, or if the oven is on, or microwave, but it doesn't seem to be that functional, or maybe I'm just not getting my phraseology right.
Mall. How to use. Tab N. Notices. Tab N. Contact us. Tab bar. Favorites. Tab.
So
1 of 5.
that's pretty much the app in a nutshell.
All right. Wes, man, there was a lot there. Great demo. All right, we're going to open it up and have anybody have questions for Wes. I bet Samsung.
This is Terry.
All right, Terry.
Oh, so I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish what you were going to say.
No, I was just making a joke that Samsung must really like Wes.
So my concern about these appliances and these apps and the direction in which they're going is that you have to control the whole thing with your phone and the app. And what if the internet goes out? How accessible is the device going to be, or the appliance going to be, for someone with little or no usable vision under those circumstances?
Well, for things like, I'm sorry, this is Wes. I have bump dots on most of the appliances, and I don't have bump dots everywhere. Like, for example, the microwave, I have one on the 5, I have one on start. And I basically know how far the numbers are from each other. That's why I have one on 5 in the middle. And I know that start, there's a bump dot there, and a little bit to the left is a increase by 30 seconds, and to the left of that is cancel. And like I have on to turn it on and to start. And the microwave, I'm sorry, the dishwasher. The dishwasher I have for start and turn on. And I know that you had, so yes, it is pretty accessible with bump dots. Sometimes the buttons are a little bit hard to press and find. You have to hit them exactly right, but if you can make a touch screen with bump dots, you're going to be fine.
So you still have to do some labeling of the device.
And one feature that every appliance that I have has is that you cannot start it without hitting a button first. And that's even with we have a GE washer and dryer, and we paid the extra $100 to have the Wi-Fi on it. And it's the same way with those. You have to hit a button to either tell it that you're going to schedule something or hit a button to start it, even though you go into the app and you program it. And I think that's simply because of safety. So someone doesn't do a drive-by and turn on your microwave or heater or whatever. So yeah, there's still some manual stuff in all of these that you need to do.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Question for Wes?
This is Sri.
Go ahead.
So Wes, this is good. I was just thinking about this from a person who's blind and the functionality that you have on the app, because it seems like this is a great app for someone who could see, the overall. But from a blind perspective, do you find that you're getting a lot of benefits right now, or do you think this is going to be something that Samsung's going to work on and it might be more beneficial? Because right now I'm looking at it and I'm not trying to figure out what I would really gain.
The biggest thing for me is alerts. It tells you when it hit the temperature, for example, or it tells you if a burner's on the stove, or it lets you, send a recipe to the microwave for pizza or whatever, or the dishwasher I find very beneficial. But you're right, most of this you can do with bump dots, and it's, with a lot of these products is $100 more to have the Wi-Fi. Will it benefit you? I don't know. I know it, with me, especially with the alerts when things are done, or when a like preheat is done, it's beneficial. But yeah, I'm really not sure we can get everything out of it yet. But I know that Samsung is really starting to make strides towards accessibility as far as what they're doing, especially in their TVs and everything. And although they've dropped voice view, they are supporting TalkBack now. So I hope to see improvements on this app in the future, especially for like the microwave. If I just had hit start and I could program everything right there, that would work for me. So that's pretty much what I think, and it's going to be different for everybody. One thing I like is you can look back at your history and then find out, okay, here's mother-in-law's temperature because she really can't set her AC. It has your ring alerts with the time, so it's easier to find out when someone dropped off a package or something. But yeah, it's personal choice.
This is Sandhya.
Hang on, I think Chris had a question next,
sorry.
and then we'll come to.
Yep, fine.
Go ahead, Chris.
Chris.
Yep.
Thank you. A great demo, Wes. Thank you. So let me ask you briefly about the GE washer and dryer. I know that wasn't part of this demo, but a little while ago, I looked at some of the apps, the smart apps for the appliances. And one of the, I can't remember if it was GE or Samsung specifically, but one of the things they mentioned was what you were saying, that you can't actually turn on or off the appliance through the app. So it sounded like it was still the newer ones today, where it's still these touch screens, and you still couldn't turn them actually on or off. Start them just with the associated app. So for instance, the GE washer and dryer you have, are those touch screens, and you're using bump dots just to show you where the start and stop buttons are on, and then you can use the rest through the app to do the actual the particulars that you want as far as temperature and size and that kind of stuff?
I can feel the buttons on those. I do have a little bit of vision, so I can see the lights on them, which does help. But what I mainly use it for is making sure I have things right, because you can sync it with Alexa and you can say, ask Geneva for the status of my washer and it will tell you. Like right now it's off, but I can say, Alexa, Alexa, stop. Alexa, ask Geneva for the status of my washer. Yeah, it just says it's off, but if I had a cycle running, it would tell me, and it would.
This is Chris.
The app does notify you when things are done, which is nice, especially at the dryer in Houston where it's all random. It could take 40 minutes depending on the humidity or an hour. So the GE app is very inaccessible, and I wish they'd fix that. But yeah, it really depends if you're comfortable paying the extra $100 to get it on there.
All right, Chris, you had a follow-up?
And one thing about that too, before the installer gets there, sign up with GE, get your account ready, and they can help you scan the barcodes because it also has the barcodes like the Samsung.
Yeah, this is Chris.
Go ahead.
Just quickly, Wes. So I don't really care about notifications or telling me when it's done or that kind of stuff. I just want to be able to start it and do whatever settings I need to do, whether that's through the app or through the actual device itself being accessible.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're gonna have to memorize buttons.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I hope that they work with this app. Now, I know that there is somebody took a Raspberry Pi and modified it, and you can buy those for a lot of the GE models. And I'd have to see who did that, but that apparently works really well for people.
All right, Sandhya, you had the quick question.
Yeah, this is real quick. So we have everybody's heard me complain about our oven that nobody seems to know how to use or control. But anyway, the question is on your with the app, were you able to, I know that it said like 350 degrees. So are you able to manipulate it on your app to make it go up or down or whatever? Did you say that, or can you do that? Or
For the what?
for the oven, regular oven?
Yeah, the oven works. I haven't really played with it that much. I just made sure that it does work.
Okay. All right. Because right now we are able to turn it on, but we don't know how to control the temperature. So everything is at 350 degrees.
Oh goodness.
So.
Well,
anyway.
I don't know. Maybe we can talk sometime, figure out what app it's using, and
so you might have it. I don't even know if it has an app, but anyway,
yeah,
I really enjoyed your presentation. Thank you.
This is Shrey.
No. Jose, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna make a joke. No baked chicken at Sandhya's house. That's it.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Might come out blackened.
All right, Shrey, one more here.
So, Wes, do you know if there's any verbal commands that you can do to initiate it instead of just getting the status?
Alexa, what's the status of microwave?
That's not supported yet.
Yeah, I really have to look into the Amazon stuff because like it just said microwave doesn't support that, which is kind of useless.
Yeah, this is Shrey. I think this is it's a good step one. It's kind of like the crawling of all of this stuff. We've also looked at Samsung. I haven't quite figured out if that's the direction to go to, but it's good to know that they have this thing at least got it started.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't know how, and I think it's on my wife's account because that's how we synced everything. She sent me a QR code, and we just put the phones together, and it added everything she had. But it has the Ring doorbells and everything else on there, which is kind of crazy. So I think we're moving. It's just as far as accessibility, it's not their primary focus. And to get stuff done, we have to really be vigilant and email the manufacturers, unfortunately, and the app developers.
Yeah. Michael, I'm curious if maybe the Android, the Samsung on an Android side is more accessible.
Well, I'm going to install it. I'm going to try that. I just haven't had a chance to do that yet.
Yeah.
Because it, talk back, it very well might be. I have a Samsung tablet I can try it with. And it should, after I log onto my account, it should sync everything up.
All right. Well, we're about out of time now. I just want to really thank all of our presenters, Dee, Jose, and Wes. Awesome job, everybody. Thanks so much. Let's see, we need one last applause here.
Wow.
Great job.
Take your bows. Take your bows.
And just to remind everybody, we'll be back here for this meeting in a month, which would be March 26th, Saturday, 4 weeks from today, same time, 2 p.m. Central. Monday night, join us for iBug Buzz. That'll be our next meeting. So everybody have a great rest of the weekend, and we will be signing off here.
All right.
Thanks, guys. You did a great job.
Bye.
Thank
you.
you much.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yeah, we are the Jetsons. All
I
right.
love the Jetsons.
Wes is going to be our new Boy Elroy. Okay. All right, Joyce.
Ah.